Alrighty, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. I adjust myself a little bit. So it looks like some of you need some help with logging in or even finding your IXL. Now, some of you before we left were able, some of you actually had IXL still in your bookmarks, little, what is it called? Like the top of your internet, you had like little bookmarks. Some of you have it, some of you don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you where to find it. First, where to find it in your Google Classroom, and then second, how to go in and log in and where to find each section for math and language arts. And let's say, for example, you end up finding out that you're supposed to be on IXL, however, you're not on Google Classroom. So we'll go ahead and talk about the different scenarios, and we'll go through them, and hopefully this video will help you figure out what is it you need help with. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and screen share with you guys so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So that's the Zoom. So I'm just going to go ahead and start out at our home page. So here's our home page for our Google Classroom, sorry. So where do you go? Where do you go? You go to our Sierra website, and it says, first off, sometimes I do post, I'm sorry, I'm getting tied up. My thoughts are running away from me. Let's say you end up finding out via the school website on Sierra, my teacher webpage, that you're supposed to be on IXL. And let's pretend you don't know where to find IXL. So here on the Google Classroom, I have already created a page or a section in classwork where you find the IXL, I'm sorry, the IXL roster and login. So your usernames and your password. So I've already done that for you. So let me go ahead and show you. Here's your classwork, and see, it was already open because I was working on it. So here it says IXL. So let's say you already know the website. You have it already saved in your bookmarks. Good for you. And I've gotten messages from Valeria and Kimberly and Lupita requesting for their username and password. So I thought, well, let me go ahead and just upload the roster because it was in the class drive. So I know navigating Google Classroom is a new thing for all of us. So as I upload things, and it says it on the stream what I do, but it would be hard to find. So I've created this IXL section. So you open that, and here is the roster. Here it says IXL roster login and passwords. And so let's say I am PJ, and here's my name. This is my user, and I think the only person who doesn't have the 247 at the end is Valeria Diaz. So Valeria, you are the special one in the class where you do not have a 247 at the end of your username. So everyone except for Valeria has 247 at the end of your name. Now, for example, Manny, we call you Manny, but your given name is Manuel. So I had to use your given name, and you have 247 at the end of your number, or your name, the number at the end of your name. So, but if you look, everyone's password is absolutely the same. If you type it wrong and you message me and say, hey, Mrs. Houston, what's up? And I tell you, hey, did you spell Houston correctly? Did you put in 2101 correctly? Because for one, that's the name of your teacher. And second, that's your room number. So there we go. That's how you do that. But like, for example, you're like, okay, I got my name, I got my password. What do I do now? Like, okay, you told me that. What do I do? Well, this is what you do. You go to online resources right there, and I've plugged it in, and there you go. But you're like, well, I don't remember my name and password, because here it is. but now my name and password is gone. We'll go back to your Google Classroom, click on the IXL, open this up, and you're like, okay, I'm going to use PJ, for example. So here's PJ. So, and I know it's my full name, so it's PJ Manalili 247, because everybody has the 247 except for Validia. And then I'm going to go to my password, and I'm going to type in HOUSTON 2101. And I'm going to go ahead and sign in. I'm not going to remember PJ because I'm not PJ. But there you go. You're logged in. And everyone's login should be correct. So hopefully no one has any hiccups there. And now I tell you, you're like, okay, Mrs. Houston, you said to do math. Where do I go? Well, here you go. You have all of the sections right up here. And you have actually math, language arts, science, and social studies. So I'm guessing I'm going to be using this too for our science section. So let's say I tell you to go to math. So you click on here on math. And you're like, well, I don't know what to do. Look at all this. This is all confusing. I don't know what to do. Go ahead and always start at the top. Do not confuse yourself and click on 3rd grade and click on 6th grade and then click on 8th grade. No, always start at the top and then work your way down through all of the skills that are in each section. So click on 91 skills. And that's a lot of skills, but believe it or not, all of you are very, very bright. So you should be able to just like totally speed your way through all these exercises. So just for example, let's click on 1. So here we have identify numbers up to 3, and it gives you a little preview of what it looks like. So go ahead and click on it, and then you will see some icons and they help you. There are tools in the program to help you. So let's say you do not know what this says. You click here on the speaker.
Pick every 2.
And it reads to you what it says. So it says pick every 2. So I'm going to click here, click here. I'm not going to click that because that is not a 2. And I'm going to submit it. And there you go. Then it says, you don't know what this says, but you know, you can listen to it.
Pick every 1.
So I click all of the ones. So as you answer the questions, because it does tell you how many questions are asked, and then how much time it takes you, and what is your score. So I'm going to, hopefully PJ don't get mad at me. I'm going to actually just log out of his. So that way, when PJ, when you do log in, you don't get mad at me. So yeah, so that's basically how you log into your IXL. One of the things that could pop up if, for example, let's say you know your username and password, but you don't know or you don't have access to the website. Let's say you were on your computer and you're obviously using your sister's computer or your cousin's computer, and they do not have IXL as a bookmark because they don't. It's not an easy button just right there for you to tap. So just go ahead, let's open up a new page and just type in IXL.com. And there's the home page. It's there for you. Or even better, let me show you something. Let's go ahead and close that. Let's close that. Let's go to our online resources here in our Google Classroom. Because again, I am providing you guys with websites that I am assigning weekly. And you're like, well, I'm going to go look at my assignment. It says that Mrs. Houston said that she posted our assignments. So I'm going to go ahead and take you to the website. This is my teacher website at the Sierra website. So here I am. And here is our schedule. So you just want to go ahead and click through and find where it says to do IXL. And I don't have it here. I'm sorry. I just I forgot to put it there. But I did put it here. I apologize. I need to update that. I apologize. And here it is. So let's say you're just like, well, I can go to the website. However, you know, Mrs. Houston, I don't know, Mrs. Houston, where do I go? What do I do? Here it is. So I've already embedded, new word I learned, embedded the website into this Google Slides, which is via my Google Slides presentation. Click there, and there you go. It takes you right to the IXL homepage. So I hope you guys get a little bit more information of how to find things on your Google Classroom. And if you do not know how to log into Google Classroom, I um, did a tutorial, and hopefully you guys can find that. But yeah, so um, that's it. So again, if you guys have any questions regarding the work that's posted on the website and then accessing everything via Google Classroom, just let me know. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.